It is Friday the 26th of February, and really excited about something that we just kind of got up and rolling this morning. I'll tell you a little bit more about that. And hopefully you recognize what song that was. This relates to a question on the forum that I'm going to answer, or at least offer some insight maybe into, maybe a little guidance. It's going to sound a little bit different. So we'll get to that. We're going to talk a little bit about Rod Stewart. We're going to talk about listening, ear training, ear phonics. We're going to talk about recognizing unusual chords. Spot that one? A couple of strange chords that have different, throw in the right bass notes and you can probably tell what they are. Anyway, yeah, as you probably know, some of you, we've been working on beefing up our listening program around here with a new set of DVDs, most of which is available in the Target program, but there's something in the Ear Phonics set that is not called interval recognition. And so that was a really fun thing to put together, because pretty soon you hear something like this, and you'll know what it is. Anyway, so, but we started this new feature called Listen Up, Musical Challenges, and just got the first one up today with a new up-and-coming band of a bunch of young kids from Minnesota, I believe. Oh shoot, I should have looked that up. Anyway, great tune with just a few little things going on in it, and that's our new challenge post. And what I really want people to do in there is listen and don't put the answers in. I'll talk about the song next week, and who knows, there might even be a couple more between now and next week. But we'll start on planning on one a week on these, but I do want to have quite a library of them of varying difficulties. So we started with South by Hippocampus, partly because it's pretty straightforward. I'm also going to get together a list, and probably have it posted in the same place, of dozens of great songs of different levels to work on listening skills with. And that is, and many of them, most of them are already going to probably be in the Target program, because if I think a song is worth figuring out, I probably did a lesson on it. But I'm going to look for ones that aren't in there too. So, but the list, well anyhow, quit promising, quit talking about something that we hope will happen very soon. Recognize it here now? That sound, those two chords, are things you should lock into and say, you know what, those are not just normal major or minor chords. They're more, well, they're different color. I think of those as pastel colored chords, like this. Think about this one. Anyhow, great. That's a much more complicated ear training song. So that'll be in the levels 5, 6, 7. I'm not sure how I'm going to grade these things yet, but I'm really excited about it, and hopefully over the next week or two, a lot of cool things will materialize in there. Let me tell you a little bit about what went on this week. I had a couple of new tunes. Oh man, I hope. I teased you with this one a little bit for the last few weeks because I just can't get this out of my head. It's got some really cool chords in it, and I wish I could sing it. It is way up there. Oh, you know what? I gotta work on that. That does seem like it'd make. And I know this is kind of a flashback from a couple years ago when that song got stuck in my head, and I totally butchered it because I didn't bother to even go listen to it, or couldn't even place it at the time. But you know, got some cool strumming, syncopated strumming in it. That's of course Out in the Country by Three Dog Night. And there may be more Three Dog Night stuff. Of course they did it in a different key, they did it here, but it's a lot like. Get carried away. Finally put new strings on this guitar. And why does it go a month? And then when you put new strings on, you start playing more. It's fun again. Okay, what was I really trying to talk about? Three Dog Night. We're done with them. We had a little Fred looking at some tunes, kind of a quick lesson that went through a little bit of Tin Man, a little bit of Here Comes the Sun, and then a little Jonathan Edwards. So the Jonathan Edwards tunes, the tune Sunshine, of course, was another one of the heavy syncopated strumming ones, which leads me to a question on the forum about Rod Stewart. I think this was Dennis asked this, and if you look at the lesson, Out in the Country is a lot more complicated, but one of the secrets to songs that are very slow is you really need to go into double time strumming with them, and so with it should sound something like this. So the quarter notes are very slow, but I have to strum double time there to get the feel that really happens in that song. Otherwise I get this. Doesn't have enough life or percussion. So double time strumming, 8 downs in the measure of each of those chords, and then the chords start changing every half a measure. It also has a little syncopation in it where there's a melody note from the next chord that happens just on the and before it. Let me think if I can make that work, how that works. So to get that little melody that comes out in Rod's version of the Cat Stevens song, hope everybody knows that's a Cat Stevens song, and it's tied into what I played at the beginning of this lesson, right? I bet there's people out there that think it's a Sheryl Crow song. Hope not. Anyway, a lot of people did this. So what was I getting at? The syncopation there of the melody is there's a melody note that comes in on the last and just before a chord change that is part of the next chord. So I might have to get to a lesson on that, or maybe we make this one of the next listen up challenges. Who knows? Let's see, what else did I want to talk about? Oh man, that is most of it. I was playing something the other day. Stumbled into it. how it goes. Back in the early days of TG, I wrote a couple of instrumentals that were designed to be pretty easy finger-picking songs. There was Billy's Blues and Monday and Tuesday, and the whole writing out a whole bunch of songs that were named after days of the week kind of stopped after 2. But because I wanted them all to stay fairly simple. We're right around the same time. Put together one thinking, you know, I want this one to be a little more complicated now, and then it'll make a great lesson at TG. And so one day, I wrote this thing, and it was May 1st, I believe, of 2010? Anyway. And so I called it the Mayflower Ramble, and because it just kind of brought up that, I don't know, that picture to me. And luckily, wrote it down in Guitar Pro, promptly left it sitting on the piano, and the next day it disappeared and got caught up in all kinds of other things and totally forgot about it till about like a week ago. And I thought, you know what, I think I remember doing this thing called the Mayflower Ramble, and I remember thinking it was a little more complicated than some of those other ones. And so luckily dug through my computer and found in this pile of original stuff music to it, and it had some pretty tricky things in it. Nice little endings. So I might have to get to a lesson on that. But that's something else, just another tangent that I've been off on in the last couple days. Still working on this one. Been listening to more versions of it and noticing some little subtleties in there. Really quick pull-offs rather than anyway, so hope to have some more guitar instrumentals coming up soon, and some more ear listening challenges. And I think I gotta leave. I gotta go find. There we go. Where did that water go? I think that's it for today. Next week, a couple new tunes and a few more listening challenges. And I hope everybody is. I know the East Coast has had another batch of. February here. We had a nice wet January, and we have had like no rain again. It's sort of back to drought conditions here almost. But okay, I'm out of here. Maybe I have to do some songs by him too. See ya.